Welcome to Who Wants to Be an Entrepreneur with Nancy Gaskins, where we teach everyday people how to create, fund, and live a life worth smiling and talking about. We believe the best way to do that is to become an entrepreneur. My name is Nancy Gaskins, and I'm your host. All our shows are recorded and archived so you can listen and learn online 24/7 all year long. You can find us on all your favorite social media outlets such as Facebook, YouTube, and of course, all your favorite podcast platforms. There's never been a better time than right now to consider owning and operating your own business. This current COVID crisis has really opened up a lot of people's eyes to just how vulnerable they are. You don't need to be relying on only one stream of income. You really need to consider having multiple streams of income, and not just any kind of multiple stream of income, passive income streams. So I'm doing something a little different this fall. I'm teaming up with a wide variety of everyday entrepreneurs from around the globe. We'll be discussing their entrepreneurial journeys, the good, the bad, and the ugly. These are real people just like you and me who have agreed to share their stories in hopes of inspiring and encouraging all of our listeners to follow their entrepreneurial dreams. Now, one of the things that you need to know is it's not always what? Sunshine and roses, right? But at the bottom of the hour, when it all comes down to it, we are all thrilled to death to take this journey called entrepreneurship. So on today's episode, you're going to meet Mr. Bruce Barnes. And one of the things that I loved when I met Bruce at a virtual marketplace is he and I resonated because we got a lot of the same mindsets. A lot of people talk about Bruce being the most positive person that they know. Well, that's what a lot of people say about me. You know, glass is always what? Half full or half empty, Bruce? What is it?
Full.
That's right. That's right. So Bruce has overcome some serious health challenges, and he has faced near death several times. He's a wellness and mindset expert and the founder of Actualize Your Full Potential, LLC. Many of his friends, like I said, they refer to him as the most positive person that they know. And his resources include a variety of wellness products, a unique and powerful mindset tool that you'll be hearing a little bit later on, along with being an intuitive life coach. He picks up on subtle things and he gets energetic hits when something is said, which further guides his coaching sessions. Bruce started having serious health challenges when he was a teenager, and he had numerous surgeries over the years, including spending almost 1 year in the hospital. He almost died several times and has received several divine messages which inspired and guided him. Improving his health became a priority, exposing him to products that have changed his life forever. Completing many personal development seminars, courses, and books over the years has allowed Bruce to grow and gain in self-confidence. While he is very analytical, he lets his heart guide him. This combination has enabled him to use both his head and his heart to help others. After working as a computer programmer and web developer for almost 37 years, Bruce decided to expand his own business activities. Since the beginning, he said his mission statement has been, I will use talent and resources available to me to help myself and others actualize their full potential. Man, I love that mission statement, Bruce. So today, Bruce is living his mission statement. He especially enjoys working with his church youth group and plans to get involved with other groups as opportunities arise. With a special focus on mindset, he uses his intuitive skills and the mindset tool to coach people so they can move from feeling frustrated and stuck to feeling relaxed and empowered. And I think most of you listening would agree that would be a great place to be. He plans on writing a book about his life experience and lessons learned. He's creating online courses, a web-based program that promotes activities that have a positive impact in our communities, and we'll be starting a podcast soon, so stay tuned. One of his favorite quotes is by George Bernard Shaw. You see things and say, why? But I dream things that never were, and I say, why not? Bruce's websites have his contact information. We'll also be putting that on the episode links and all of that for a little bit later. So welcome to the show, Bruce.
Well, thank you. Glad to be here.
So tell us, take a few minutes, share your story. How did you become an entrepreneur?
Well, it just kind of by chance. My dad, one of his friends stopped by one day and said that was starting a mobile video editing service. He had a van that he was converting into a mobile video editing service studio and for businesses. And I thought, it kind of perked up my ears because I had a portable video recording, recorder and camera, which back then it just meant it had a battery and a handle because they're full-size VHS tapes of that. But I thought, okay, how would I go about like starting my own business, like for weddings? And he said, well, just start doing them. It's like, that was like, okay. So I had some friend was getting married, shortly after that. So I said, hey, can I do your wedding? He said, sure. So from there, I just started doing a little bit of advertising and doing that as a side business for several years, and was interesting in different events and that. But that just kind of evolved a little bit. And then I had, when years later and stuff, when my health challenges kind of flared up, as I focused more on wellness products. So I got involved with some direct selling companies that had wellness products that helped myself and others. And some of them, they didn't really pan out the way I had hoped, and others went by the wayside. And, but along the way, I also went through a lot of different personal development courses and workshops and read a lot of books and that, which gave me a big boost in my self-confidence, because I was pretty shy in that, for most of my life and that. But I'm currently involved in a couple wellness companies that are helping myself and a lot of other people, and they've got great compensation plans. So I'm really excited about that. And this year I've also started officially doing my intuitive life coaching. I've been doing it kind of just for friends and family for free for years. I thought, okay, let's start this, making some money here. But so I'm really enjoying that, because like you mentioned, through the years, I kind of honed and refined my intuitive skills. So it's amazing to myself and those that I'm coaching, how I'm able to pick up on subtle things in even not necessarily what they say, but how they say it or what they're not saying. And and like you said, also I'm going to shortly start my podcast channel and YouTube channel, and really want to, of course, when I get my book done, this is that all of these platforms are just more resources and that to help people and improve their lives, not only, physically, mentally, and emotionally, but just really evolve and improve their overall life.
Well, one of the things that's interesting that you talked about your background, and you're probably a little bit like me. You're a right brain, left brain kind of guy,
Yeah.
and so that kind of is interesting, to say the least, that you have that. And I love that you use your heart and your head to help your clients, and you're able to do that. And I think a lot of times too, as we grow a little older, we get wiser, hopefully. Not everybody does, but we'd like to think that we do.
Yeah.
And so that gives us, better intuition as well. So let's talk about your business a little bit. Let's talk about maybe take it step by step on some of the tools and resources that you provide your clients.
Well, I'm a wellness and mindset expert, and I have a variety of wellness products. This is from nutritional to the unique little patch that helps activate your stem cells, which is really amazing. And like the nutritional products, also help with weight management, whether you want to gain or lose weight, and just improving your nutrition.
You've lost quite a bit on that, and I love that was one of your taglines at one time when we first met, about drinking the birthday cake. How many pounds have you lost now?
Yeah, this is I went through a 16-week challenge, and over that period, I lost just about 14 pounds. but more importantly, 5 inches around my waist. I was bloated and that, and I struggled for years trying to get rid of that bloat and that. And this, I was just shocked at how easy this was to, get rid of it. And it wasn't hard. And it was like one of the meal replacement shakes is birthday cake. It's just visualize that white birthday cake with the colored sprinkles in it in liquid form. It is so delicious. So that's kind of my joke is I, lost weight drinking birthday cake.
There you go. There you go. You can't beat that with a stick now, can you?
Yep.
So tell us about this mindset tool. What's this mindset tool?
It's really amazing. I think of it as a digital vision board on steroids. And I came across this platform a few years ago, and it was about the same time as you can see behind me, my BarnesUnlimited.com site, but the Actualize Your Full Potential was always my tagline. And I wanted to spin it off into a personal development part of my business. And I was at a weekend workshop, and I met this person that said, hey, this is a new platform for helping your mindset. And it's really powerful in that there's what we call a session. There's 1,000 positive images with 200 positive affirmation statements. And you can control the speed. So like on the slowest speed is about an hour to sit there and just slowly watch these slides come up. On the fastest speed, it's about 3 minutes, but your mind still is able to pick up the key parts of the statement. But it's so amazing that it's been evaluated and tested, and they've proven that just watching 3 minutes of any of the sessions will positively impact your body and brain chemistry, and it lasts 6 to 8 hours.
Wow.
I mean, it's just to put yourself in a positive state, which, I mean, the body and mind are connected. So obviously when one is in a negative state, the other one will be as well. So you want to stay in this positive state and positive energy in that. And so I had a couple custom sessions created. One of them obviously is called Actualize Your Full Potential. Is focused on people being successful as well as helping kids. And then the other one I had is called Unlimited Potential, and it's focused on students, helping them to be more supported and encouraged in that, because personal experience, it's very challenging at times and whatnot. But so I use this as part of my coaching and program as well, that just to stay as positive as possible, especially in today's environment.
Absolutely. I've used vision boards and positive mindset, from seems like almost from the get-go. And my kids grew up with them. And every time we would achieve something or I'd get something off of my list, the kids would always say, that was in your dream book, Mom. That was in your dream book, And so I love being able to do that. So let's talk a little bit about your health challenges and how did your positive mindset and visualization help you with those?
Well, I had always been pretty positive for the most part in that, but just in '87 was that year, almost a year in the hospital. I had intestinal issues that initially they thought it was ulcerative colitis, and in '85 I had a hole in the intestine where they said, well, you were misdiagnosed. You really have Crohn's disease. It's like, oh, great. So in '87, I had another hole, and I thought, okay, well, another week in the hospital, surgery, no biggie. Well, numerous complications and everything else, and almost dying several times there and going into a coma for almost a week. But at the beginning of that, going in there, I knew, okay, well, I need positive energy. I need to, it's going to help my body heal and recover. So just before I was going into the coma, which the hospital TV channel had a special, Dr. Bernie Siegel, who wrote Love, Medicine, and Miracles, about the power of visualization and positive mindset. And so I watched that, and one of the things he talked about, he's an oncologist, and he would tell his patients to visualize their body killing off their cancer cells. So his patients that did that recovered much quicker and just had great results. So I knew what was going on with me is something was attacking my liver. So I started visualizing my body filtering and cleansing my liver. And unbeknownst to me, I slowly, first I became paralyzed. I couldn't move. And then then a day or two later, I couldn't talk. And then a day or two later, I can't hear, or I can't open my eyes, but I can still hear. I'm fully conscious about what's going on. So here I am, totally paralyzed, unable to communicate, praying as like, and keeping this mindset and visualization of the body filtering out my liver. And then eventually, evidently, I went comatose, and I came out of it, and it was quicker when I came out. I was able to open my eyes, talk, and move, and that all within a day or two. And the nurse asked, when I was able to talk, she said, "Well, you were in a coma, but over almost a week, and we didn't pull you out of it. So what did you do?" So I told her what I'd been doing, and said, "Well, keep doing it." So we eventually figured out what was going on in that, and I, recovered and were able to do the final surgery. But that's when I really, realized how powerful the mindset is. And that's where I started focusing more on that.
Wow, that is just amazing. Just that in itself is just unbelievable. Miracle.
Yep.
So you've recently had something nice happen with your health. Have we already discussed that?
Yeah,
or do you have something else that you would like to share?
Well, overall health and that, and well-being, and that's is with losing the weight, and that's, but also, obviously it boosts your energy, and just.
Yeah, and I've never seen you, and you're on a different time zone than us, and you always seem to be, like Kathy, always full of energy, ready to rock and roll, peak of health. So I'm sure with the scare of your health, almost dying, that gives you a new lease on life. And so you probably look at things a little bit differently than other people who may not have experienced that.
Yeah, it does give me a little unique perspective. And just here, actually, the last several days, I've got one of my nieces is going through some health issues that are similar to what I went through. So I've been kind of helping her, get through it and that. So it definitely does make you appreciate what you've got and the little things in life.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So do you have any other projects that you've got that you're working on, or anything coming down the pike that we need to know about?
Well, besides the podcast and YouTube channel and eventually the book, I'm also putting together what I call a positive impact community, web-based program. It's kind of like a catching somebody doing something right and paying it forward type of stuff. And several years ago, there was a company that I was involved with that they were individual little cards that you would hand out saying, "Thank you for being kind or helpful or being a friend," or whatever. But each one of those was a separate card. So what I'm doing now, I'm kind of taking that, but I'm now, of course, not being able to be physical out and around stuff, but I'm making it more of a digital version. But you can check off all of the different things that maybe they help multiple ways. And my idea is to have the website, track where, each of these little, recognitions happened. And I refer to it kind of like like a ripples going out. You drop in the water and the ripples expanding out. This is because you really don't know who you're impacting,
Yes,
and how much.
yes.
Because one of the things that really, when I had those cards, I was helping plan my high school reunion. So even though with the health conditions and that, so I technically didn't graduate with my class, but I've been involved in all of the class reunions. But at one of the restaurants where we were going to have the reunion, the one, she was the manager there, says, and she was really helping us out and just bending over backwards. And so I had one of those cards, you know, thank you for being so helpful. So I gave it to her, and she almost broke down in tears. And it's like, you don't know how much I needed this. You know, it's like,
Yes.
you don't know what people are going through. So I figure, well, you expand this, and it came up with the positive impact community, because it's like, it's a community. We want to have a positive impact and spread the love and
Yes,
encourage.
absolutely. Absolutely. I see a book in there. I'm doing something similar called Random Acts of Kindness, and I'm hoping we get our network all involved in that and come up with some really cool ideas that we can do. So I love what you're doing there, and I think that's going to be very powerful, and it's going to impact a whole lot of lives around the world. So that's exciting. Another thing that you're doing that I'm going to give you kudos for is those cute little gifts, and you might want to tell everybody about that, because that's, you know, again, another little side gig that you're doing to make some extra money. And I love that.
Yeah. This is, everything I'm involved with is at my barnesunlimited.com site. And that these animated GIF images, it's kind of interesting. He says, since with all my computer skills and that, says I knew how to do it. And I just, came across this and like, well, shoot, I can do this. So I call it an animated introduction card. So just your photo with some animated text coming up about what you do and that. And it's really kind of cool and then fun to do.
Yes, it is. And in fact, we got Bruce to do one for our Zoom class, and he put these $100 bills all floating down, and they're all coming, and it's an animated GIF, and it was really, really pretty neat. So we thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get down in the trenches for a minute. What are some tips and advice that you'd like to give somebody that's interested in becoming an entrepreneur?
Well, I mean, first off, find something that you're passionate about. What really drives you? And then find someone that is already successful in that area and ask them if they would mentor you. You'd be amazed at how many people would love to help you. And it's all you got to do is ask, you know. And then identify your goals. I mean, what's your long-term goal? 5 years out, and then start breaking things down in smaller increments on what you're going to need to do in order to reach that 5-year goal, and including monthly and weekly goals. And then, you know, those are going to be your stepping stones on ultimately reaching your final goal. And well, you know, you got to identify your skills, the skills that are needed, whether they're your skills or other people that you can, you know, bring in and help you out, and just keep working towards that final goal. It's really just like the way I got it started at video recording. I just got started.
Sometimes you just got to do
it out. Yeah.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So what is something that you know now that you wished you'd known sooner or way back when?
Well, it's finding a mentor is big. I mean, it's just, and
Yes.
more than that is to listen to them on their advice that they give you.
Kind of like personal development, right? Everybody, we can read all these books and go to all these seminars and spend thousands of dollars, but yet if we don't implement what they're trying to teach us, it's not worth anything.
Yeah, they just become shelf help instead of self-help, right?
Good, yes.
So, and the other really big thing is I got involved, 2 or 3 years ago. This is in my local chamber of commerce and additional networking groups that like yours. And I mean, it's big. It's because there's a lot of people out there that you can use as a resource to help you and guide you. And it says, well, oh, gee, you did that. I'd like to do that. How did you do that? And it's really fun in that, because it really opens doors.
It does. And just people are afraid to stick their toe in there and get it wet. It's just amazing to me. What's the worst thing that people can say is no, but you got to get out there. It's kind of like failing, you know, you have to fail to get some success, because if you never try, you're never going to get anywhere, right?
Yeah, and if you don't ask, the answer is no. So just ask. It might be
Yes,
yes.
you're exactly right. You're
And I always,
exactly right.
one of the other statements I always, or quotes I like is, God can't steer a parked car. In other words, sitting in a parked car steering the wheel ain't going to get you anywhere. You got to get going. And
That
you
is
will,
good.
different things will pop up and help guide you and point you in the right direction.
So do you have any special offers that you'd like to give to our listeners today? Any
Well,
special
yeah,
something, something?
this is actually a couple. This is, we mentioned the positive mindset tool. So there's a free account that you can get. Obviously there's a paid version where you're able to personalize everything and upload your own images and statements, which is even more powerful, exponential, amazing. But if the people go to positivemindsettool.com and just fill it out, and you'll get information on how to set up your free account. But you will also get both of my sessions as a bonus added to your account. And you also get enough credits to exchange for another session in the library and that. And that, one of the things I didn't mention is that the tool actually rewards you for watching it. You earn credits as you watch a session, even on the free version. So you can get that positive mindset tool. It's amazing and you'll love it. And the other thing is I offer a complimentary discovery call where we can get together, usually over Zoom, and we'll identify what your goals and challenges are, and just identify how I can help you move forward towards your ideal life, and keep going. This isn't it. I look forward to talking to all of you and helping you to actualize your full potential.
Thank you very much, Bruce, for joining us today. Folks, this is Bruce Barnes from barnesunlimited.com. Join us next time as we begin to explore just a little bit further into the wonderful world of entrepreneurship. We'll offer tips and advice on how to build a sustainable business model that can fund the life of your dreams. For those of you who may already be in business, we're going to help you discover even more creative ways to grow your business. Tune in to learn how to avoid some of the most common pitfalls, and we'll also be answering some of your most pressing entrepreneurial questions. You can text those questions in to 850-499-7149. That's 850-499-7149, and we'll be glad to answer them on an upcoming show. You've been listening to Who Wants to Be an Entrepreneur with Nancy Gaskins, where we teach everyday people like you how to create, fund, and live a life worth smiling and talking about. We believe the best way to do that is how? By becoming an entrepreneur. See you next time. Thank you again, Bruce.
Thank you.